And off we go for an FTP workout. This is one I feel like I'm going to regret in about 45 minutes. But I'm committed doing what it takes to raise my FTP. So I've been a little stagnant. I know the things that I got to do to get that number up, and today is going to be one of those days. We're going to make stuff happen. So last week, I did this workout, same 12-minute blocks. I did it at 90, 95, and 100% of FTP. So today, I'm going to build on that, and we're going to do 95, 100, and then we're going to do 12 minutes at 105% FTP. Which, now there's a couple of things to factor in here. So my FTP is set at 310, which I think is, well, but what I'm banking on is that that's a little low. So those percentages, you know, you got to kind of have to factor that in a little bit. You know, your training, or like your fitness as you're training is never static. It's always either going up or it's going down. So when I've got that set at 310, if I've been doing the correct amount of work and getting the correct amount of rest, the FTP realistically should be a little higher than 310. So what I'm banking on is that this workout is going to be my classic hard but doable. Hard but doable. There's one of the pace setters behind me. Still hadn't actually come across one of them. And at 3.2 watts per kilogram, they should blow right by me. All right, so for a minute, I'm going to just shift to an easier gear, spin a little higher cadence. A nice little group there. I am getting a little more comfortable pedaling around this 100 RPM mark, and in a rest week that I've got coming up, I think I'm going to start working on, you know, working those pedaling drills in a little bit better, or a little more frequently. I think, you know, especially with my long legs and long crank arms, that's definitely something I should be working on a little bit. Trying to speed that up. Because then I'll have both the benefit of being able to spin and having that little extra leverage. All right, so creeping up on our 3 by 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Here we go. Shift up and roll. One down. Here's number 2. All right, one more. And we take a breather. Seems to go faster on the rest than the active part. All right. Just breathe a bit. Now, I've got 4 minutes of, you know, high-end sweet spot, low-end zone 4. This isn't strictly necessary in this workout. I like the rhythm of it, but we're doing plenty of this work, so if you're on a time crunch and you're trying to do this kind of workout, you can pretty safely cut that out. Conversely, it's another 4 bonus minutes, so it actually gets us up to 40 minutes of FTP. So, right on par with a 2x20 effort, you know, as far as time and zone is concerned. But we're working our way through this energy system. You know, the good static 2x20s are super, super effective. But in this kind of workout, we're working a little more, you know, we're working a little lower and a little higher than we normally would. Find my gear here. This will also be kind of instructive because it'll tell me what gear I'm going to use for my first set. And this is probably fine right here. You can see early on here, my power wants to drift upward. So that's a good sign at this point that I'm struggling to keep the power down versus trying to hold it at 290 and then hope to be able to do 12 minutes at 325. The other way you can arrange this workout, there's a little different physiological benefit either way, is you can, the way you do the steps or the tiers, you can have them go ascending and descending. You know, descending, where you do the highest output interval first, your heart rate will stay about the same through the whole workout. In this one, it's going to go up. So 12 minutes at 325, I will end that, I'm guessing, if I can make it all the way through. Now my max heart rate is, I mean, I'll be within, you know, 10 beats per minute probably of my max heart rate. So, gives you a little more stress doing it this direction. That being said, I may be wishing I would have done it the other way around. But we'll give it our best shot and hopefully we'll fall into that hard but doable zone. right, now we're good and warmed up. Got a good sweat going. Muscles are loose. This is as good as we're going to feel the rest of the day. Now, this one's invigorating. You really get the blood flowing. And you can see, I was really trying to be careful not to do any extra credit because, like I say, we're going to spend plenty of time in zone 4 today. Now, the other thing that I'm going to be wrestling with just a little bit today, and this is probably something that all of us can relate to that have ridden for any length of time. So all of my favorite shorts are in the laundry. So I'm using my emergency backup pair, and you know, I've had these for a while, and the pad wasn't great to begin with, and now it's getting a little worn and compressed. So I'm feeling my seat a little more than I would like. But we'll get through it. I don't think it'll affect anything. Just something, you know, something for your mind to perseverate on. All right, here we go into our first one. 12 minutes at 95%. Is just about where we were at for that warm-up. So we'll just sit in that same gear and find our rhythm. Again, you don't want to be doing too much extra credit here. It's all about smooth. Trying to maintain as smooth a line as possible. So far, so good. This one, for over 12 minutes, you should feel it, but it shouldn't be overwhelming, especially fresh like this. third of the way through. And we are halfway through the first one. Good sweat going. Always have your towel handy. If Douglas Adams taught us anything, two-thirds in the bank. inside of 2 minutes. Figured that was going to be a pretty quick climb compared to my last few. So look where we're ending our heart rate on this one. I expect that ending heart rate to go up 8 to 10 beats per minute per block. All right, that one felt pretty good. The next two we're gonna have to buckle down for a little bit. So I'm going to pause that for just a second. Right. Well, recovery's pretty good. Breathe for another 120 seconds, or another 80 seconds, minute 20. Listen, you don't keep a lot of blood in your brain during these. these shorts are definitely not my favorite. They used to be at one point. But my favorites, maybe someday they'll sponsor my stream. But my favorites come from a brand called the Black Bibs. They're just plain black, non-branded. They are like they make them in tall, which is super awesome for me. But like they're like a premium level short, and they're actually like a super good value. And I sound like a pitchman for them, and I probably should be. If you're listening, the Black Bibs, we can work something out. Because I love talking about how awesome your shorts are. So hit me up. Alright, so I'm going up a gear. I don't know if this is going to last. That cadence be a little low. We'll stay here for a little bit. I think it would end up having to be a little too high if I were to shift down, so we'll see what we can make happen. Third of the way, feeling pretty good, all things considered. Just gotta really try to keep it above 300 watts. Without doing too much extra credit. 2/3. That shadow, the trees make it kind of look like they're giving me horns. Like, go get 'em, man. You got it, trees. All right, look at that finishing heart rate. Now we really gotta take this recovery seriously. Breathe, let that heart rate come down. Try to spin your legs out. Well, I felt fairly strong on those first two. Starting to get pretty tired towards that second one, but at the end of the second one. That gives me some high hopes for what I'll be able to accomplish on the volcano here. So I'll basically have the opportunity at 105% of my FTP. I'll have an opportunity to ride this at what I hope will be race pace. Excuse me. So yeah, you know, sitting in the draft, yeah, that'll be about 170 watts, right? Really let things recover. Well, recovery is adequate on this one. Floor's not exactly dropping out, but getting ready to rock and roll. 105, here we come. All the way to the top. Does not have to be any more than a 105 though. Easy does it. Halfway. Three-quarters. "90 seconds. "60 seconds. Don't fade away now. Nothing left after this. Don't save it. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. Well, that is a workout for the exes and sworn enemies. All the people who want to see you suffer. Well, made it through. And strong, too. Took my own advice. I did not fade away towards the end. Actually, if you look at that heat map down there, I actually got stronger in the second half of that last interval. That's awesome. All right, the cool down, taking me just about to the top here. And then I'm gonna ride this baby all the way down and gather up all that XP I earned by getting to the top. I was really death gripping the bar on that last interval. Hands are going numb. Man, these shorts are uncomfortable. I don't discount how big of an effect that can have. So when you're feeling your saddle and it's getting real uncomfortable, it changes the way your pelvis sits on the saddle, kind of rotation kind of fore and aft, and that can change your pedaling dynamics and can have a negative impact on your power output. Plus, I mean, it is just hard to concentrate on putting out power when you are in discomfort. That type of discomfort, that lactic buildup and the muscular discomfort, I feel like those of us who train kind of embrace that discomfort. All right, yeah, let's take a quick brief look at this chart here. You can see that went pretty much exactly according to plan. I had mid 70s for my heart rate crest at the first one, mid 80s or mid 180s for the second one, and mid 190s for the third. Couldn't have drawn it up any better than that. In fact, that's, I think, pretty much exactly how I had it drawn up. So that is really wonderful when that happens. And I'm just gonna kind of zone to it to the bottom here. Hey, middle of the pack on a climb, I'll take that any day of the week. All right, so now this is supposed to be a tune-up for Tuesday's launch of the Zwift Racing League, and that's a little up in the air right now. I was hoping to have my team all set and ready to go and announce the start time today, all that stuff, but we don't have enough riders for Tuesday. So trying to scare up a few more bodies for the roster, and if that's the case, then I will make an announcement on the social media stuff. If not, I'll have to kind of reevaluate and pick a different series. That's the one thing with the those Zwift Racing League is entirely team-based. Every other race is an individual race, and then every other race is a team time trial. So, and only team results count. So, there's no, there's really nothing an individual rider can do. So we'll see how that all shakes out. I'll after I'm done here, that's next on the agenda is touch base with my teammates and see what we can make happen. All right, we'll round this off to 40K again. Seems like a nice round number. And I'll be back at you Tuesday with something. I'm just not quite sure what yet. Tomorrow is going to be a rest day. So whatever it is on Tuesday, it's probably going to be, it'll have to be something significant, we'll say. Whether it's a race day or whether it's a workout. So, and then the only thing I have on the agenda that I'm absolutely sure about off the top of my head is I'll be doing the Thursday DBR endurance ride again. And it's just a super, super fun ride. So, you know, that would be a good one if you want to jump in and ride with your man here. Tuesday, Zone 2 DBR endurance ride. Yeah, other than that, I'm out of here. We'll see you Tuesday. Thanks for watching. It was really a blast having you in the stream.